Welcome to Providence Today. We're here at Valley Forge. We remember how when Washington came here, he had to clear the land and build all those huts for his men. In the same way, our friends at Mercury One are clearing the land so that America will relearn the story of American history and the powerful role of faith and providence in the formation of our nation. They recently created a pop-up museum in Dallas at the studios of Las Colinas. This is entitled 12 Years Ago. The Providence Forum has a special relationship with Glenn Beck and the Liberty Tree. We are dedicating 3 separate video blogs to tell this story. So let's go out to Dallas and learn more about 12 Years Ago.
Hey guys, I'm Dave Barton. Welcome to a little pop-up museum we have. It's called 12 The Unfinished Promise of Unity. It goes back to the fact that our founding fathers set forth a promise that all men are created equal. We haven't quite got there yet, but we're working on it. So what we do in this museum, we have a number of artifacts that go back to the 1600s up through today. We actually track slavery and what's happened with it and show that, it's really a human problem. In America, we often consider it a white on black problem. I'm sorry, it's not. Every race has been enslaved and every race has enslaved others, and it's still going today.
It's really important to acknowledge that we're taught that slavery has very deep racial-based issues. The prime reason for slavery is racism, and that's certainly not true. Far and wide through history, political conquest has been the major motive. We can see that all the way back to Rome and all the way through the Bible. It's really important not to see slavery as just a race issue, because then you can easily dismiss yourself as not being a part of the issue if you're not a part of that race. But every civilization in history has either been slaves themselves or owned slaves. So it really does not make it a race issue. It's a mankind issue. We've all fallen short of the glory of God, and we're all susceptible to the evil of slavery. And we can't dismiss ourselves as not being a part of the problem. But it all comes back to one way or another, more or less, the economic principle of slavery, because you are not a person, you are disposable labor. You're disposable means of whatever I want from you.
So we look at even slavery. In 350 years of the African slave trade, 12.7 million were taken involuntarily out of Africa. They came to other nations. Now, America received 2.5% of those slaves, 46% went to Brazil, 26% went to Great Britain, 10% went to Jamaica. We nearly only hear about the 2.5% in America, but it was all over the world.
The purpose of 12 Years Ago is to activate today to the problems that often we consign to history. So we think about slavery and we think about, the founding fathers in that era. But the thing is, back in 1853, it was estimated there were 7.5 million slaves worldwide. Today, right now, there's 40 million. So the question is, if we're going to look back in anger on history and say those guys didn't do enough, well, what are we doing today to solve the same problem? So this museum is all about learning about the past so that we can affect tomorrow, so we can break the chains of the captives free and become modern day abolitionists, because it's still a problem. History is today, and tomorrow we'll look back on us and ask, did we do enough?
The message of this museum is that it's a message of, if we work together, unity is better than divisiveness. We don't ever want this to happen again. And that's why I think it's so important that we know and learn our history.